Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So here I have a leaf propagation, a successful leaf propagation, and as you can notice the mother leaf is starting to turn yellow. Now understand, when the mother leaf starts to turn yellow, this is nothing related with rotting or nothing related with the overwatering, but it's basically that the cycle of the mother leaf is almost at the end. Now when you tend to see something like this, do not pull out the mother leaf. Let the mother leaf stay with the pup until it starts turning brown and it starts to dry out. This is a very normal process of the mother leaf drying out. So basically over here the pup has taken all of the nutrients, the water from the mother leaf in order to grow. It already has some roots as well. But you will notice something very unusual on this leaf. Now you can see the stem is very visible. Now the reason behind why this happens is when the pup is not getting a good amount of light. Now definitely there are two pups on this, but the one pup that we are looking at with the elongated stem, the reason behind that is it is lacking light. So whenever you have a propagation that tends to look like this, whenever the stem is visible, that indicates that your propagation needs a little bit of more light. Now when I say about more light, do not expose it to direct sunlight, otherwise it will get burnt. You have to give, or you have to offer more indirect bright light, probably for 8 hours, 9 hours, however long amount of light you tend to receive. If you're growing them indoor, then ensure that it is not right beneath the grow light, otherwise it will get burnt. It should be placed somewhere. Now it's your individual setup, so you would be knowing where exactly is a less light as well as where there is strong light. So wherever there is a little bit of less light, you can place your leaf propagation over there. Over the period of time, the stem is going to stay like that, but it will not stretch anymore. But if you're going to keep it in a place with low light or not much light, then it is going to continue to stretch. Now I have started keeping it in indirect bright light. I started offering it with more indirect bright light, so the stretching has stopped. You can see it's more compact on the crown. Now this was a succulent that was deprived of light. Let me show you how a pup looks like when it gets a good amount of light. So as you can see, this one was getting a good amount of indirect bright light. So you can see it's very compact. The stem is hardly visible. It's all pups and it's all of the leaves that is very compact on this. Now even this mother leaf, probably after a month it will start to turn yellow and dry up, because so the pup has taken all of the nutrients, all of the water from the mother leaf. Over the period of time, probably in a month's time, the mother leaf will start to dry out. But we don't have to be worried because the pup is of a good size. It also has a good amount of roots, which means that so once the mother leaf is dried out, it is going to be independent. It's already on the process of being an independent pup because it has its own roots. It has a good compact set of leaves, so it's going to do quite well. So these are the two examples of how your propagation should look like. Now of course the propagation on your left hand side or the left side, that is not how your propagation should look like, but your propagation should look like how it's on your right side. So basically it should be very compact. It should have a good amount of roots. Now again, it completely depends upon the leaf, the mother leaf, and the pup, how soon it tends to put out roots, because a lot of people tend to ask me, when will my pups tend to put out roots? It completely depends upon your environment and the propagation that you have started with. It completely depends upon that. We can't do much on it. We have to just leave it aside. Whenever we tend to see the roots, just start watering the soil. Now these were outside the soil. I had not put them in the soil. They were just laying on the upper layer of soil. So I was able to show you, because if it was inside the soil, I would have definitely not pulled it out, because it is going to be very fragile roots. So we do not want to disturb the roots. But very soon I will add them into the soil. So basically, if you tend to see the stem, ensure that you give a good amount of more indirect but bright light. So guys, that was all about the leaf propagation. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.